thought it would be time to do a quick update on the cave progress, which is not much, to be honest. We've had the worst summer in a long time for rain. It's rained pretty much every day that I've had time to come down in here and do something. Now the plan is, once I get in a couple of meters, maybe 3 meters, I can store the generator, maybe put a little door on, store the generator and my equipment down here, so that if I get a half an hour, it doesn't even matter if it's raining, I can come down, do a bit of cutting out of whatever the weather is. But for now, with me just being in here, you know, it's not so bad in here, but all of this is dripping, and when it rains it's not nice at all. So I probably won't do an update until I've got in past 2 or 3 meters. I'm using a SDM O Perform 3000. I think it's 3 kilowatt hours roughly. Yeah. The maximum load I have is 2.2 kilowatt hours, which is the this. This is the Husqvarna cut and break saw. It's the K3000, and SDS Max, a DeWalt SDS Max. I don't know what bird. It's one of those. It's a D25723, I think. Let's have a look on here. Yeah, it's the. See if I can catch this. The D25721. And I'm going to get a rotary bit for this. That's what we're using at the moment. Just to cut and clean off. But I'm going to get a masonry drill to drill holes and see if I can speed the job up by drilling half-metre long holes and then putting the cut and break in after to remove stuff quicker, so I can make blocks faster. I'm hoping to sell some stone by packing it out in squarish lumps. If you have a look here, I've cut in here with the cut and break, and that's about, it's not far off the maximum, but the cut and break will do 14 inches deep, so theoretically at least I can get a 14 inch by 12 inch block, which is good for coins and things like that. So with a bit of luck I can sell the usable stone out of here to finance the project. I don't think you can see the cave over there, but this is my primary spoil heap. You can see there's a ton of stones in here already. I'm never shy of stones, so I've dumped them all in this bottom corner. It's beside the stream, so it's good for raising the level here beside the stream for in case it floods. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, we've built up about 2 foot already, and this, once this is it'll be level eventually with the ground up there, so I've got at least another 2 foot, so I can drop 2 foot's worth in this space here where these weeds are, and then I'm just going to top it off with soil and grow grass on it. Even though I plant have as many block shapes as possible. There'll still be this spoil, which is like a wet, well, sandy. It sticks together surprisingly well. So I mean, this would make a good hardcore roadways. I've got a couple of roadways for the tractor to go in, so I could probably get rid of a fair bit of this just round the property before I have to even think about trucking it out or anything like that. It's going to be a fairly... I'm boiling. It's going to be a fairly long project. I'm estimating at least 5 years. I want to try and get a reasonable size, useful area in there. And if it's if I can sell the stone, which is a big if, and if there's no problems, you know how things go, I'll just keep going. But it'll be 5, possibly even 10 years. So if you want to subscribe, it'll be you'll need to be aware that it could take some time between updates. This will probably be the last update for till maybe after Christmas, I think. If I can get in the cave so I can put my gear in there and get it closed off, I'll do an update then. But after that, it's going to be a fairly monotonous chugging away of cutting and bringing stone out for at least a couple of years, and before I get something, you know, a decent size. It's a fairly tough project, I would think, and I don't have that much time or money to put into it, so it's a bit of a hobby really. So, but that's the state of play there. It's going to be a root cellar. I grow quite a lot of vegetables, carrots, potatoes, stuff like that, which I'm struggling to keep. So the general idea is I'll stick them in there. It should be cold or cool, not frost free and damp. So it should be the ideal place. But obviously I'll let you know in due course if that works out or not. No is the short answer. I'm not aware that I need planning permission, and I haven't asked, to be honest. It's a hobby project. It's an art project. It's just a very small dint. I'm not building anything. I'm taking away. There's a whole bunch of reasons. I'm not going to ask the planners because obviously that would be just making a noose for my own neck, because obviously then they come out and sniff about and they do the thing and then oh this and all that, you know. Whereas if somebody, everybody knows about it around here. If somebody was to go to the council and the council come out and say, oh, you do need planning permission, then I would stop, obviously. But for the time being, I'm going to continue. It's quite important that I get in a couple of metres because I can put a door on, and after that people can't nib and see what I'm doing, you know, have a nose, and see how far I get, and you know, basically just interfere in any way, because all it'd be would be a door in some sort of opening. So that would be my first thing. But no, I don't have planning permission. I'm not going to seek planning permission. I haven't looked into the requirement for planning permission. I'm just cracking on, and if I have to stop, then I have to stop. But up to now, I'm good. Like.